Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Saira Mujtaba with the news at 9. The headlines. Government approves supply of fortified rice to reduce anemia and micronutrient deficiency. Union Cabinet approves development of National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal in Gujarat, also gives nod to construction of 2,280 kilometers of roads in border areas of Rajasthan and Punjab. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on a 2-day visit to Laos tomorrow to attend ASEAN-India and East Asia summits. In USA, more than 5 million people asked to leave Florida's western coast ahead of Hurricane Milton. Hundreds of flights to and from Florida cancelled. Nobel Prize in Chemistry awarded to David Baker, Demis Hassabis and John Jumper for their research on protein design and structure. And in sports, Indian women's team makes history by securing a bronze medal at Asian Table Tennis Championships in Astana. Men's team also ensures a medal. And now the news in detail. The government today approved the supply of fortified rice to reduce anemia and micronutrient deficiency. Addressing a press briefing on cabinet decisions in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said, "This is a step towards inclusive development, ensuring nutrition security." He said the total financial implication of the scheme will be over 17,000 crore rupees.
कैबिनेट में फैसला लिया गया कि 2024 से 2028 तक इस प्रोग्राम को चलाया जाएगा और 17,082 करोड़ का टोटल इस पे इन्वेस्टमेंट किया जाएगा एंड दिस विल बी 100% फंडेड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। और इसमें ये एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि देश में एनीमिया और माइक्रो न्यूट्रिएंट डेफिशिएंसी ये दोनों बड़ी जो प्रॉब्लम्स विशेषकर महिलाओं में और विशेषकर जो हमारे ऐसे वंचित वर्ग है, गरीब वर्ग है, उन सब में ये जो प्रॉब्लम देखी गई है उसको बड़े तरीके से बड़े पैमाने पे एड्रेस किया जा सकेगा।
Speaking on the Vikas Bhi Virasat Bhi initiative, the minister said India has a rich maritime heritage and this rich maritime heritage needs to be preserved and developed. He said the government has approved the National Maritime Heritage Complex in Lothal, Gujarat. Mr. Vaishnav said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stressed on the development of infrastructure in the border areas. He said the government has approved the construction of 2,280 kilometers of roads, which will be built in border areas of Rajasthan and Punjab. He said the projects will cost more than 4,400 crore rupees. He said this will improve rural livelihood and ensure easier access and connectivity.
तो राजस्थान और पंजाब के जो बॉर्डर एरियाज हैं उसमें 2,280 किलोमीटर्स नए रोड नेटवर्क का डेवलप करने का आज निर्णय लिया गया है। बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा बॉर्डर एरियाज में, लाइवलीहुड पे, कनेक्टिविटी पे बहुत बड़ी फैसिलिटी इससे बनेगी। और बहुत ध्यान रखा गया कि जो हाईवे नेटवर्क देश भर में डेवलप हो रहा है उसके साथ इसको इंटीग्रेट किया जाए जिससे कि उन क्षेत्रों में रहने वाले हमारे नागरिक उनको वही फैसिलिटीज मिले जो देश के बाकी हिस्सों में मिल रही।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today laid the foundation stone of various developmental projects in Maharashtra worth over 7,600 crore rupees through video conference. Speaking on the launch of these projects, the Prime Minister said that various developmental projects across major sectors have been launched and completed in Maharashtra in the last few years. He added that Maharashtra has never witnessed such speedy development in its history.
आज महाराष्ट्र को 10 मेडिकल कॉलेज की सौगात मिल रही। नागपुर एयरपोर्ट के आधुनिकीकरण और विस्तार का काम, शिरडी एयरपोर्ट के लिए एक टर्मिनल बिल्डिंग का निर्माण, इसके पहले भी अलग अलग जिलों में हजारों करोड़ की विकास परियोजनाएं शुरू हुई है। महाराष्ट्र के इतिहास में इतनी तेज गति से इतने बड़े स्केल पर अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में कभी भी विकास नहीं हुआ।
The Prime Minister said that the central government has fulfilled the long-lived dream of the Marathi Manus by conferring the status of classical language on Marathi. President Draupadi Murmu has emphasized the need to encourage youth to establish enterprises in Ayurveda sector to increase the availability of traditional medicines across the country. Inaugurating the 8th Foundation Day celebrations of the All India Institute of Ayurveda, AIIA, in New Delhi today, The President said there is a need for qualified Ayurvedic doctors in the country.
बड़ी संख्या में चिकित्सकों की आवश्यकता है जिससे सामान्य लोगों को अशिक्षित चिकित्सकों के पास ना जाना पड़े। इस संदर्भ में आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिर एक महत्वपूर्ण पहल है।
In Rajasthan, after the death of a woman due to Congo fever was confirmed in Jodhpur, the Health Department has issued guidelines for the prevention and protection from this disease across the state. A 51-year-old woman from Jodhpur suffering from Congo fever, who was undergoing treatment at a hospital in Ahmedabad, died yesterday. Haryana BJP chief Mohan Lal Badauli has said that for the third time people have voted to the BJP to form a double-engine government. Mr. Badauli said that he, along with Haryana Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini, met BJP President Jagat Prakash Nadda in New Delhi today. In reply to a question, Mr. Badauli said nothing was discussed regarding the date of swearing-in ceremony of the new government in the state, and everything will be decided after the Dussehra festival. A Congress delegation today met the Election Commission and filed a complaint in connection with the issue of battery levels in EVMs during the Haryana Assembly elections. Talking to media, Congress leader Pawan Khera said that they have submitted 20 complaints to the Commission received from 7 constituencies of Haryana in this regard. Mr. Khera urged the Commission to seal the EVM machines against which they have lodged complaints until the investigation is completed. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle @TIR News Alerts. Welcome back. You're listening to News at 9. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a 2-day visit to Vientiane in Laos from tomorrow. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi, Secretary East in the Ministry of External Affairs, Jaideep Majumdar, said during the visit, Mr. Modi will attend the 21st ASEAN-India Summit and the 19th East Asia Summit. Mr. Majumdar informed that this will be the Prime Minister's 10th attendance at the ASEAN-India Summit. He said Prime Minister Modi is travelling to Vientiane at the invitation of Prime Minister of Laos, Sonexay Siphandone. Mr. Majumdar said Prime Minister Modi, along with other heads of states in government of ASEAN countries, will review the progress of the relations between India and ASEAN.
The significance of this particular summit will be that it is the 10th anniversary of Prime Minister's Act East policy. Prime Minister will, along with other heads of state and government of ASEAN countries, review the progress in the relations between India and ASEAN over this time, and they will chart the future direction of our relationship. We will be expressing our support for the chair's theme, which is connectivity and resilience.
President Draupadi Murmu will be on a 7-day state visit to Algeria, Mauritania and Malawi from Sunday. In the first leg of her visit, President Murmu will visit Algeria on the 13th to 15th of October at the invitation of President of Algeria, Abdelmadjid Tebboune. During the visit, President Murmu will hold bilateral talks with her counterpart. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, Secretary Economic Relations Damu Ravi said, India is looking at a stronger partnership with Africa. Union Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh today said that the Make in India initiative is playing a pivotal role in reducing the country's dependency on imported active pharmaceutical ingredients or APIs. Dr. Singh, addressing the 6th CII Pharma and Life Sciences Summit in New Delhi, said that by strengthening the country's domestic manufacturing, India is not only bolstering self-reliance but also ensuring critical healthcare supplies are readily available. Appreciating the pharma industry, Dr. Singh said that India's emergence as a hub for affordable, high-quality medicines is truly commendable. In the United States, ahead of Hurricane Milton, more than 5 million residents on Florida's western coast were urged to leave the densely populated coastal area. U.S. President Joe Biden called on Florida residents to heed to the warnings, adding that the Category 5 storm could turn into the worst natural disaster to hit the state in a century. The president has also postponed planned visits to Germany and Angola later this week as Hurricane Milton approaches Florida. Officials said the life-threatening storm will move across the eastern Gulf of Mexico and is likely to make landfall along the west coast of Florida tomorrow morning. The Florida Division of Emergency Management warned that the hurricane is feared to bring multiple weather hazards such as high winds, deadly storm surge, tornadoes, and heavy rain. The state is facing its largest ever evacuation of emergency healthcare facilities due to Hurricane Milton. Airlines have cancelled hundreds of flights to and from Florida as the storm approaches. Scientists David Baker, John Jumper and Demis Hassabis have won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for breakthroughs in predicting and designing the structure of proteins. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences today announced half of the prize to David Baker for computational protein design and the other half jointly to John Jumper and Demis Hassabis for protein structure prediction. The Nobel Committee for Chemistry in a statement said, David Baker built entirely new kinds of proteins and John Jumper and Demis Hassabis developed an artificial intelligence or AI model to solve a 50-year-old problem, predicting proteins' complex structures. Mr. Baker works at the University of Washington in Seattle, United States, while Mr. Hassabis and Mr. Jumper work at Google DeepMind, the tech giant's AI lab in London. On to sports now. The Indian women's team made history by securing a monumental bronze medal at the Asian Table Tennis Championships in Astana, Kazakhstan. This is the country's first ever medal in the women's team category. During the semi-finals, India lost to Japan 1-3, while in the other semi-final, China lost to Hong Kong 0-3. In this competition, both losing semi-finalists are awarded bronze medals. The Indian men's team has also entered the semi-finals following a 3-1 win over Kazakhstan, securing a medal. Manav Thakkar gave India a winning start, recording a straight games victory over Kirill Gerasimenko in the opening game. The team will next take on winner of the quarter-final between Hong Kong and Chinese Taipei. International cricketers have returned to Kashmir Valley after a long gap of 40 years as they will participate in the last leg of Legends League cricket tournament. Beginning today, 7 matches of the league will be played at the historic Bakshi Stadium in Srinagar. A report.
In the first match, which saw massive participation of local spectators, Toyam Hyderabad today registered another thrilling win in the tournament, defeating Southern Superstars by 5 wickets at the Bakshi Stadium in Srinagar. After winning the toss and electing to bat first, Hamilton Masakadza and Martin Guptill opened the innings for Southern Superstars. With Shivats Goswami's unbeaten 37 runs and Chirag Gandhi's knock of 33 runs, Southern Superstars posted a score of 153 in 20 overs. Chasing a target of 154 runs on the board, Toyam Hyderabad skipper Gurkirat Singh Maan made 32 from 26 balls. Ravi Jangir remained unbeaten on 42 from 48 balls to help his team win the match. Toyam Hyderabad chased down the target in 18.2 overs. The sight of these players in Kashmir is rare, as the last time international players visited Kashmir was in the 1980s. Players like Martin Guptill, Dinesh Karthik, Kedar Jadhav, Jeevan Mendes, Pawan Negi and Parthiv Patel, Suresh Raina, Shikhar Dhawan, Mohammad Kaif, Chris Gale and Harbhajan Singh are playing in the series. With Divakar, this is Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashvani News, Srinagar.
In men's T20 international cricket, the second of the 3-match series between India and Bangladesh is underway in Delhi. Chasing the target of 222 runs set by India, Bangladesh were 42 runs for 2 in 5 overs when reports last came in. Earlier, Bangladesh won the toss and elected to field. Meanwhile, in ICC Women's T20 World Cup, Indian women have set a target of 173 runs for Sri Lanka in the third Group A match at Dubai. Earlier, Indian women won the toss and chose to bat first. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government approves supply of fortified rice to reduce anemia and micronutrient deficiency. Union Cabinet approves development of National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal in Gujarat. Also gives nod to construction of 2,280 kilometers of roads in border areas of Rajasthan and Punjab. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on a 2-day visit to Laos tomorrow to attend ASEAN-India and East Asia summits. In USA, more than 5 million people asked to leave Florida's western coast ahead of Hurricane Milton. Hundreds of flights to and from Florida cancelled. Nobel Prize in Chemistry awarded to David Baker, Demis Hassabis and John Jumper for their research on protein design and structure. And in sports, Indian women's team makes history by securing a bronze medal at Asian Table Tennis Championships in Astana. Men's team also ensures a medal. That's all in the news at 9. Good night.